summer stayed too long that year. The fields were dry and brown. The river ran like silver thread, but never froze around. The old men watched the empty sky. The cattle grew too thin. The children asked when snow would come, but winter wouldn't begin. There was a girl who climbed the hills. When autumn turned to gold, she carried little wooden bowls. Her grandmother had told, bring back the snow before you sleep. Bring back the northern white, for every land forgets its winter if no one keeps it right. They laughed at her, they called her strange, but she still climbed the mountain range. I carried winter in my hands, so winter would remember us. I carried snow from mountain stones through every field and every frost. I carried winter in my hands, I carried what the old ones knew. If we forget the northern cold, the north may one day forget us too. The harvest failed, the wells ran low, the summer would not end. The village doors were open wide, but no cool wind would bend. The elders spoke of ancient years when winters came like kings, when frozen rivers crossed the land and snow covered everything. The girl returned each autumn with her little bowls of white. She placed them underneath the trees before she slept at night. And every year the snow would come, until that year it didn't. She filled her bowl, she faced the hill. The mountain waited, silent, still. I carried winter in my hands, so winter would remember us. I carried snow from mountain stones through every field and every frost. I carried winter in my hands, I carried what the old ones knew. If we forget the northern cold, the north may one day forget us too. Remember us. She climbed beyond the highest pine where no one else would go. She found the last remaining snow beside an ancient stone. She filled her bowl, she took one step, the wooden handle broke. The snow fell through her open hands like ash, like smoke. She cried out to the mountain, don't forget our name. Then something moved beyond the ridge, a wind began to rise. The clouds came down, the first snow fell across the mountainside. One snowflake, then another, then 1,000, then 1,000,000. She stood beneath the falling white and laughed through tears. You're still here. The winter came, the winter came, the winter came. The north remembered our name. The winter came, the winter came, and the old mountains spoke again. I carried winter in my hands, so winter would remember us. But winter carried me back home and covered every field with frost. I carried winter in my hands, I carried what the old ones knew. The north remembers every soul that remembers what it once knew. Remember us, remember us, remember us, remember us. The snow came down, the snow came down, and every child looked up. Her grandmother smiled and whispered low, now you know why we never let winter came home at break of day, the harbor filled with songs of war. Gold in the holds, silver in chains, the warriors laughed upon the shore. The king stepped down from his long ship, the people came to see their king. But he looked past the cheering crowd and saw the roofs and everything they'd lost. The winter had been hard, the harvest had been poor, the children had grown thin while their king had gone to war. He looked at all the gold, then looked at them. I came home with gold in my hands, but gold could never make me king. What good is silver in my hall if my people have nothing? I came home with gold in my hands, but gold was never victory. A crown means nothing on a starving head. If I have gold, then let it feed my people. The council cried, "You're throwing wealth that took 10 years to bring back home." The captain said, "The men will leave if every soldier gets no gold." The king looked down upon his ring, the finest thing he'd ever owned. He pulled it off and dropped it in the wooden bowl. Then one by one the warriors came and placed their spoils beside his ring. The hall grew quiet for the first time. The gold belonged to everyone. I came home with gold in my hands, but gold could never make me king. What good is silver in my hall if my people have nothing? I came home with gold in my hands, but gold was never victory. A crown means nothing on a starving head. If I have gold, then let it feed my people. They bought the grain, they fixed the roofs, they filled the empty winter stores. They built the boats, they raised the walls, they opened every frozen door. And when the spring returned at last, the village fields were green again. The king walked out without his crown and saw his people standing there. No throne, no gold, no silver chain, no warrior's prize, no singer's praise. He looked around and understood why he had won the war. A king is not the gold he carries. A king is not the throne he owns. A king is measured by the hands he lifts and by the lives he brings back home. I came home with gold in my hand, but gold could never make me king. I gave the treasure to the hungry, I gave the winter one more spring. I came home with gold in my hands and gave it all away. And when the people stood beside me, that was the richest crown I wore that day. I gave the gold away. I gave the gold away and found the kingdom worth more than gold could ever pay. was fed. The last guest at the wedding. The wedding feast was set at noon. The hall was dressed with silver blooms. The bride wore white, the groom wore red. The old songs filled the room with sound. The father raised his drinking horn. The whole hall cheered, the bride was sworn. The mead was passed, the drums began, and every guest had come except one man. Then came a knock 3 times, slow. The door swung wide and no one spoke. The last guest came late. He came without a name. He carried one small gift and nothing else he claimed. The last guest came late. He walked into the flame, then whispered to the bride, "Your mother knew my name." Went pale, she'd heard that name in an old tale. Her mother vanished years ago, the village said. The sea had took her, no grave was found, nobody came. Her father never spoke her name. The stranger smiled and held his hand. A wooden comb was in his palm. Her mother's comb, she knew it well. She held it once before she fell. "Where did you get this?" the stranger said. "From the woman you call dead." The last guest came late. He came without a name. He carried one small gift and nothing else he claimed. The last guest came late. He walked into the flame, then whispered to the bride, "Your mother knew my name." Your mother knew my name. Her father rose and drew his blade. The music stopped, the room grew afraid. "You have no place inside my hall." The stranger looked beyond them all, then looked at him and softly said, "You know me too." The father froze, the bride looked down. The groom stepped back and left the room. "What did you do?" the bride cried out. Her father could not answer now. The last guest came late, and every secret came. He brought the truth behind a borrowed name. The last guest came late and tore the silence down. He knew where she had gone. He knew why she was gone. "Your mother lives." The bride stood still beyond the western hill. She never died, she never fled. Your father told the village she was dead. The room went cold, the bride turned white. She looked at her father, he could not fight. "Where is she? Where is my mother?" The father fell upon his knees, and finally he told the truth. The last guest came late, but he came in time. He brought a truth they buried alive. The last guest came late and broke the wedding vow. stranger gone. And on the table by the door lay one small comb and nothing more. Every year when autumn died, the village heard a sound beneath, 3 heavy blows beneath the bridge, then silence underneath. The old man said, "Don't go down there, let the dead remain below." But every year the hammer rang 3 times, then no more. They told the tale of an old smith who refused to forge a blade. A warlord came and ordered steel. The blacksmiths turned away. "They'll use my iron to spill blood. I will not make your war." They dragged him out beneath the bridge, and he was seen no more. But every year the hammer rang 3 times beneath the bridge. The hammer still remembers the hand that would not kill. The hammer still remembers, and the mountain remembers still. The hammer still remembers every blade and every scar. Some wars are fought with iron, some are fought by saying no. One young warrior heard the sound and could not sleep that night. He took a torch, he crossed the bridge and followed where it led. He found the forge behind the stone, the ashes cold and black. A half-made sword lay on the floor, and words were carved upon its back. Every sword remembers the hand that made it remember who you are. The hammer still remembers the hand that would not kill. The hammer still remembers, and the mountain remembers still. The hammer still remembers every blade and every scar. Some wars are fought with iron, some are fought by saying no. He touched the sword and knew the mark. His father's seal was there. The man beneath the bridge that night was killed because of him. His father had demanded steel to arm 100 men. The smith refused, his father ordered, and the hammer stopped again. The young man stood alone with the blade in his hands. He could finish what his father started. He could raise the sword. He could carry on the name, or he could end it here. Tonight I will not carry his war. I will not carry his name. I will not turn another hand into a weapon for my father's shame. He raised the blade above his 100 skies carried scars across his eyes. He had crossed the frozen sea and heard the war drums calling him. His sword was old, his hands were worn, his shield had seen 1,000 storms. He had dreamed since he was young of the golden halls where heroes come. Then came the night, his breathing slowed, and he knew the road had closed. He heard the horns beyond the night, he saw the halls of golden light. But then he heard a little voice beside his bed. I turned away from Valhalla, I turned away from the hole. I heard a little child whisper softly, "Don't go." I turned away from Valhalla for one more morning with you. I had dreamed of endless glory, but there was one thing I still had to do. Her little hands could barely hold the wooden toy he carved from oak. She didn't know about his scars or distant kings or northern wars. She only knew her grandfather was sitting there beside her bed. She climbed up and took his hand and asked him, "Will you stay?" He looked outside, the dawn was near, the golden light was waiting there. But in her eyes he saw a world he wasn't ready to leave. I turned away from Valhalla, I turned away from the hole. I heard the warriors calling, but I heard her through it all. I turned away from Valhalla for one more morning with you. I had spent my life chasing glory, now I know what glory never knew. The night grew pale, the stars grew thin, the first birds called the morning in. He felt the strength leave his hands, but he was smiling. As she stood, she took one step, then one more across the wooden floor. He watched her walk toward him and whispered, "One more." She reached his hand, he pulled her close and closed his eyes. The old warrior was gone. The horns were calling far away, the golden doors were open wide. But he had waited for this moment or this life. I didn't need a throne, I didn't need a crown. I only needed one more morning to watch her take her first step. I turned away from Valhalla, I turned away from the hall. Let the warriors raise their swords, let the golden banners fall. I turned away from Valhalla for one more morning with you. And when she took that first small step, I knew my journey through. One more morning, one more step, one more moment was worth more than Valhalla. I turned away, turned away, I turned away from Valhalla for you. The child grew old, the story stayed. She told her children how he stayed. And when they asked, what did he want? She said, "One more morning." hammer rang before the dawn. My father worked from dusk till morn. A piece of steel, a broken blade, the finest thing his hands had made. He never spoke of where he'd been or why he carried that old scar. He only said, one day you'll know why some men leave and some men stay. Then came the day, the riders came. They brought his cloak, they brought his chain, but there was no man walking home. I held his blade against the flame and asked the gods, why him? No answer came. I asked the gods for an answer. They gave me my father's name. I asked the sky for a reason, but nothing there ever came. I asked the gods for an answer. I called through the mountain rain. Then words appeared on the steel, and nothing was the same. Nothing was the same. For 7 years the blade lay cold. No edge would hold, no fire would mold. I struck the iron day by day, but every time it broke away. Then one dark night the forge burned blue. A mark appeared where none had been. I wiped the ash across the steel and saw a name, a stranger's name. I knew that name from father's tales, a man he saved beyond the hills. So I took the blade and left the forge. I asked the gods for an answer. They gave me my father's name. I asked the dead for a reason, but grief had hidden the flame. I asked the gods for an answer. I crossed the mountains alone, and every road that I followed was leading me back home. I found the man beyond the ridge. He lived beside a wooden bridge. His hair was white, his hands were scarred. He saw the blade and dropped his guard. Your father came on winter's night. He found me wounded near the fight. He could have left me where I lay, but gave his life to bring me home. I couldn't speak, I couldn't breathe. The answer hurt but set me free. I thought the gods had taken him. I thought the war had claimed his life, but my father chose his road and paid the price. He didn't die without a reason. He didn't vanish in the rain. He gave a stranger one more morning, and that morning bears his name. I asked the gods for an answer. They gave me my father's name. I asked the sky for forgiveness. I asked the earth, I asked the flame. I asked the gods for an answer. Now I carry what he gave. Not every life is written in glory. Some are written in the lives they save. His name was never carved upon a throne. His name lives in every life he brought back home. The blade is finished, the edge is bright. I keep it hanging by the light, and when my children ask me why, I tell them, your grandfather chose to save a life. Before the dawn, the harbor slept. The ropes were tied, the watchmen kept. The men came down to load the grain, but but every oar was gone again. They searched the shore, they searched the sand, they found no tracks upon the land. The captain laughed and shook his head. We sailed today as we have said. The sea was dark, the morning pale. The old man watched the canvas sail. We sailed without oars, we sailed without a guide. The wind took hold and pulled us wide. We sailed without oars beyond the known blue line, and found an island that was waiting there for mine. Oh, we sailed without oars. The mist came down at break of day. It covered every marking way. No gulls above, no birds below, just silent water, cold and slow. Then through the gray a mountain rose, where none had stood in all we knew. A blackened shore, a field of stone, and broken pillars overgrown. The captain stepped upon the sand and saw the names cut in the land. One name was his, he touched the stone. The letters looked 1,000 years old. We sailed without oars, we sailed beyond the chart. The sea had brought us to the hidden hearts. We sailed without oars, and every stone could speak. It knew our names before we ever reached that beach. Oh, it knew our names. They walked inland through grass and stone, past empty graves and houses grown. Upon a hill the captain found a circle carved into the ground. 12 stones stood around the ring, each one marked with one crewman's name. The youngest cried, the oldest prayed. The captain stood and turned away. Then came the last and final stone, his own name carved alone. Beneath his name 2 dates were carved. One had passed, one had not. We sailed without oar and found what we were sailing for, a shore that knew the men we were before. We sailed without oar and found our names in stone. But every road that brought us here was never ours alone. The captain broke the stone, he called the crew back to the ship. We're leaving now. But when they turned, the sea was gone. The island stretched from shore to shore. No water, no wind, no open, no. Then one by one the stones began to crack beneath their feet. Run, run to the shore. Don't look behind. The sea is coming back. The sea is coming back. The sea is coming back. We sailed without oars. returned. No island, no stone, no trace, only 12 empty places around the fire.
The hall was warm, the feast was bright, gold was shining through the night. The king sat high upon his chair, mead was poured, the drums were there. Then came a sound against the door, one heavy step across the floor. The guards drew steel, the fire burned, but the old king never turned. He knew those eyes, he knew that stare, a winter long, a forest prayer. The king was young when first he fled, a broken crown above his head. He lost his way beyond the trees, no road to follow, no one to please. The night was cold, the forest wide, then two gray eyes walked by his side. No teeth were shown, no growl was heard, the wolves led him back to the world. He made a vow beneath that tree, I'll rule with honor, I'll keep them free. But years went by and crowns grow heavy, and promises can bend like branches. The wolf came to my table, the wolf came through my door. He carried no blade, he asked for no war. The wolf came to my table, he came for what I swore, and every lie I buried was waiting on the floor. Did you come? The old king cried. The wolf just watched him from the other side. No word was spoken, no judgment came. But suddenly the king remembered every name. The brother betrayed, the crown he stole, the oath he broke. I wore the crown, I took the throne, I built these walls and called them home. But every stone still knows the lie, and every oath still hears me cry. The wolf came to my table, the wolf came through my door. Not for my gold, not for my woe. The wolf came to my table, he came to make me see a crown can rule a kingdom, but it cannot rule the truth in me. The wolf came to my table, and I laid my crown down before the eyes of everyone. I told them how I took the crown. The wolf came for the truth, and the truth came for me. The wolf walked out before the dawn. The king remained, but the crown was gone. And in the snow beside the gate, one pair of tracks had turned away. like rain, something deep beneath the stone. She told the men, they laughed at her, there's nothing there but a rock and earth. She told the old, they shook their heads, dreams grow strange when daylight ends. But every night the sound came back, a distant pulse, a deep attack, and she would wake before the ground. The mountain called, I heard it call, a voice beneath the ancient wall. The mountain called, I heard it speak, a warning hidden in the deep. I ran outside, I faced the storm. The mountain called and I was the only one who heard. Across the plain, the elders came, they looked below, just a crack, then turned to go. She saw the birds leave every tree, she felt the earth beneath her feet. The cattle cried, the horses turned, the mountain shook, the valley burned. Leave the valley, she cried out, take your children, get them out. But nobody believed her. The mountain called, I heard it call, a voice beneath the ancient wall. The mountain called, I heard it speak, a warning hidden in the deep. I took the road, I left my home. The mountain called and I was the only one who heard. Then came the night, the mountain broke, the sky went red beneath the smoke. The river changed, the valley shook, the village vanished where they stood. But those who followed her that day had reached the hills and lived to see the morning rise beyond the ridge and hear the silence where once there'd been a home. She stood alone and looked below at all the land she used to know. No song remained, no house, no flame, just stone and wind and empty names. I told you to leave. I told you to leave. The mountain was speaking. Why wouldn't you believe that her voice broke? She fell to her knees and whispered, I wish you had heard. The mountain called. The mountain called. The mountain called. I heard it call before the first stone ever fell. The mountain called. I heard it speak and now the whole world knows its voice. The mountain called. I heard it call, but warnings mean nothing when no one believes. The mountain called, and I was the only one who heard. I heard it. I heard it. I heard it. I heard Every winter, when the snow comes down, she still walks to the mountain and listens. Winter hall was full that night, the torches burned along the wall. The jarl came down the wooden stairs and every head began to fall. The old men bowed, the warriors bent, the servants lowered every eye. But one young woman stayed upright and met the jar beneath the light. He stopped before her, cold and still. "Do you not know who stands here?" She answered him, "I know." The room went quiet, the tables froze. He raised his hand, she never moved. "I never knelt, I never knelt, not for your crown, not for your name. I never knelt, I never knelt. You can command, but not my shame. Let kings wear gold, let proud men speak. I will stand tall upon my feet. I never knelt, and I won't begin." The jar called out, "Bring her to me." Two guards stepped forward across the floor. She looked at them, they looked away. They knew her father from the war. He had died young with axe in hand, defending fields beyond the hill. She wore his ring upon a chain and carried his last words still. The jar came close, "You shame my hall," she answered. "Then change your heart." Change your heart. The fire cracked, the old man stared. She stood alone but never scared. "I never knelt, I never knelt, not for your crown, not for your name. I never knelt, I never knelt. You can command but not my shame. Let kings wear gold, let proud men speak. I will stand tall upon my feet. I never knelt, and I won't begin." Then the jar drew his sword, it struck the floor. He stepped away and said no more. The weapon fell beside her feet. The whole hall watched, the silence grew. She slowly bent and touched the ground. The jar smiled at last, she'd bowed. But she picked up his fallen sword and placed it back into his hand. Then looked him straight into the eyes and said, "I bowed to pick your sword, not to become your slave. You may rule these northern lands, but you will never rule my soul." I never knelt, I never knelt. Hear every hall, hear every storm. I never knelt, I never knelt. I stood here and I stood alone. Let kings wear gold, let kingdoms turn, let every throne rise up and burn. I never knelt, I never will. My father's blood, my mother's name still live within me. I never knelt, I never knelt, I never knelt, and I never will. The hall grew still, the jar looked down. She walked away without a sound. And for the first time in that hall, the king was not the tallest.